curious on is how's it gonna go for them having to do this and do the fig right after the other, because I'm kind of curious on how much that's gonna take out of them by the end
All
of
right,
this.
I'm back just in time.
Just in time. Oh lord. Like, this is definitely something. I'm kind of curious why Cherry went with Aang again.
Yeah, I don't
when
know.
Everything has
imagine-
been telling Cherry don't go Aang, and yet a little devil on his shoulder
It's like
is
no, do it for the culture. Oh my god!
culture. Well, Hyper's certainly beating some culture into him. I'll say that much.
For sure. He's been on point with those like pie edge guards. Beautiful
Like-
stuff right there.
That's the thing with Cherry so far. Like, Cherry is not doing that great with Aang. So like, I don't know what it. I'm guessing by this point it's just them practicing and getting more matchup experience, because I don't know why else they'd be going Aang after like so many sets showing that just Aang isn't really that strong of a choice.
Yeah, but also helps that like Hyper's Garfield is just like so good. Easily our best Garfield player at the moment. Like by a pretty huge margin, I would say. At least the ones that like compete and aren't just like a hidden boss on like Cook Play or anything. Because I think a fourth's insane. But
You're
yeah,
just saying that
getting
because
these-
TNT's away, aren't you?
I mean, solo Garfield.
Fair enough. I can't argue that.
So.
And one thing we can't argue
very
on is that
comfortable.
this is looking pretty grim for Cherry right about now.
Yep. Hyper is just so super comfortable right now. Oh my god, just kills
A bit
so
too comfortable.
early. Yeah.
If I weren't me,
That
I wouldn't like myself.
Yeah,
Lord.
people in chat disbelief at that first Esther like confirm, like, yeah, that hitbox is absurd. Just is. It covers so much of Garfield's body. It's not just his feet, but like it's his like from like his feet to his chest. Like it's ginormous.
I'd argue Garfield has big hitboxes for a reason. It's canon reasons. It's lore reasons. He's been eaten for two this whole life. And besides, we all know that Jim Davis, he has a cheat sheet for all the hitboxes Garfield is supposed to have for situations such as this.
He knows. He knows too much.
Look, if you look in the files of famed Game Boy Advance game Garfield and His 9 Lives, you'll see all the hitboxes for Garfield are the same here.
Wow.
I know,
Alright, so-
crazy, right?
So
And speaking of 9 Lives, it appears that Cherry is going with Catdog, and again we're seeing a big negative for Catdog in this matchup.
yeah, it's just I don't know. Like it's definitely a better choice, I would say, than a Zhang, but it's just like
Yeah.
he's been a jack of all trades in these sets, where it's just like he hasn't really been like he's been doing well as other characters other than Aang, but it just hasn't
Yeah.
been really enough to like carry him that far.
Yeah, because like, for all we make fun of him, Cherry is like a very talented player. It's just that
Yeah, for
everyone else is more talented, and Cherry is just being experimental in the middle of like a
Sure. Oh
tournament
no,
we're taking
what
seriously.
happened?
I think that was an experiment that was wrong from the very diagnosis.
Yeah, that was experiment gone wrong for sure.
Yep. It is. I don't think even the lab is going to save a concept like that one. But
Oh boy.
it's looking pretty unideal.
Oh,
And
such a
they recover high, which thankfully doesn't end in death, but at the same time,
Getting close to it, I mean.
it's very close.
Catdog disadvantage is just such a grim thing.
Oh, Cherry,
Oh,
there
okay.
you go. They were using Cat for a while. They finally took your advice.
See, there you go. He's not useless. I know
I
he's
never
not.
said it was useless, it's just that people would judge you.
You know what? Screw the haters. Go Cat whenever you want.
Finally, Cat Cord is finally going to be bopping tonight. I mean,
Oh,
speaking
not
of
quite
bumping
gonna die just
cats,
yet. Oh,
that is a
no.
very strong bit of RPS there. And unfortunately, no Updog is going to be helping in this situation.
No, not necessarily. It's very much, once again, looking like Hyper's game right now.
Yeah, I mean, just one good hit is going to do it for Hyper. Like,
Yeah,
I
just
mean,
speaking. Oh,
and
no,
there's the
that's
RPS.
There's the RPS and lasagna.
Crowd goes wild.
I can't believe he eats the whole tray.
Yeah. The whole
The
thing.
metal pan as well.
It's you know, there's lots of iron in there. Yeah. Why not, right?
Jesus Christ, my mic isn't picking up the clapping.
I
Oh,
mean-
he's going back to Aang.
Oh, back to Aang. I just don't know.
Hide your
I just-
disappointment for at least a little bit, Scooter.
I just don't know.
Scooter, we're only supposed to make fun of his Aang picks partway into the set, not before it.
I just don't know.
You just don't know. Well, I'll say one thing. We're certainly getting into the slander video one way or another after all this.
I mean, like I'm just calling it as it's happening. Like, I just feel like he's been doing better with other characters. And that is all. I'm not saying it's not doable for him. I'm just saying like it hasn't really been working out.
Yeah. Well, if anybody is running betting circles for Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl and needs someone to bet high on, Cherry will give you the most money. I'll say that much. It's...
Oh my god. Hyper just chilling, you know?
They're chilling.
Just hanging out. Why not?
He took one look at Aang and thought, that's a child who needs meat on his bones. We need to feed him. He hasn't eaten in days. This poor, pauper child.
Scrawny looking.
This scrawny child who has only just heard of food last week.
I mean, he was stuck in an iceberg for 100 years. I imagine he'd be pretty hungry.
He has been sustained on ice and hate for 100 years. And
Damn.
he has just now learned that taste buds are something humans are given. And speaking of given various things in your normal life, Cherry's been given a hard time so far in this matchup.
Yeah, it's not really allowed to do much because Hyper is just playing a very, very safe like game plan. Just like, all right, like I don't need to overextend. I don't need to try anything funny. I'm just
throw
gonna
some pies.
Yep, just throw some pies and just not really interact that much.
And
Burp, not gonna
that's the
kill.
thing, like, and this is a situation where Hyper could easily kill much earlier if he wanted to. But...
Yeah, if you wanted, but oh, okay, that's just unfortunate.
It's very much a case where they're not working to the best of their abilities right now, because I don't know if they really need to.
Yeah, I mean,
And-
you know, you could just Garfield. You can just coast when you're up, when you got a lead. Like, you don't
He's
really
going
have to if
coast
you
to
don't want to.
coast. It's... I don't know. And
That's gonna do
gonna
it, though.
do it. Thankfully, he didn't use the strong dash in this situation, because that would have extended Cherry's life for necessary microseconds that we
Yep, just a little bit longer.
just a little bit longer. It's... I don't know. Like...
Not quite gonna
I
get
don't
the
know how to
RPS.
describe it, but like... You know that feeling where you're watching a tournament set and you hear like the passionate flame of the commentators just slowly fizzle. Like, I don't want to give disrespect to Cherry, but like, I have no idea why. Maybe it's because we've been casting for nearly 2 hours. Maybe it's because we've been seeing this Aang, bless his heart, for so much, but somehow the spark has just been flickering on and off.
heartbreaking local boy gets pelted with pies constantly.
And the thing is, I know as soon as this stream goes off, I am going to feel really bad for everything I've just said in these last 2 hours. Like,
All right, finally
they get a kill.
Gets a sub bear, but at what
It's
cost?
doable now. It's doable. It's
Yeah,
doable.
'cause
Cherry's going to come back.
Piper
We're
just
going to go to game 5, I
immediately
know it.
just firing back.
We're going to go to game 5, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, Piper just been like super comfortable the entire match, and that's it.
Oh,
Congratulations, Hyper, for moving on.
congratulations, Hyper. He bullied a child.
If I were me, I wouldn't like myself very much.
We've all been bullying children. We're monsters.
I mean, so many Lucy's, and by so many Lucy's, I mean just one.
We're not bullying those children. Those children could take us in a fight. If anything, the children have been bullying us.
It's true. I mean,